Okay. Any questions, guys? Dah 12 orang ni. You can chat if you want to. Chat box. So since we have no lecture the other day, I've given you the video and I anticipate that you are going to go through the document. So macam mana? Do you have any feedback? Do you have any questions? Opinions? Tak ada? Tak ada? Tak cancel je lah kelas. Ha? Tak ada soalan? Ataupun dia orang yang tak dengar ke? Ha? Hello? Hi? Guys? Are you waiting? Tengok, nak tunggu orang yang tertentu sahaja cakap. Yang the rest masih menyendiri, masih tidak bersuara. Okay. As a future lawyer, you should be able to voice out your opinion, you know, be comfortable talking. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. Any? Oh, ada ni. Tak lah. I mean, the meeting is to spend your money. Okay. There are those yang dalam group kita yang tak berapa ada, right? The data cost is very important for them. Now, for the benefit of those people, if you are using your Wi-Fi, then it's okay lah. Like myself, I don't mind. So therefore, we want to be able to contribute to those people by asking questions. So I anticipate that you are going to ask questions. Ampun ni tak tengok rasanya video-video tu. Ada tengok? Have you seen?
Ada sir, tapi tak habis. Sorry sir.
Tak apa. Macam mana siapa yang dah habis? Naim dah habis?
Tak sir, nak cakap yang saya tak prepare sangat pasal feminism ni sir.
Feminism ni tak prepare. Okay. I can understand lah because jadi pun kita tak buat lecture kan. The discussion was not there. So I was thinking that today for us to do the what they call it mini lecture lah rather than doing the tutorial.
Boleh sir, setuju.
Alright. So jadi the session kalau you tengok feminist jurisprudence ni, basically I cannot go in depth in terms of who they are, okay, specific person to be named as whether they fall under those category. Yeah. So basically I can give you the bird's eye view. Yeah. Whenever you go through those materials I have already passed over, you will see that the feminist, kalau you tengok feminist online, there would be various category, various category more than what I have already stated in the slides or in the materials. Yeah. So if you look at the what do you call it, the group, I put it into 4. Here on the screen, you will see liberal, feminism, cultural, radical, and postmodern. So I will give a general idea of those people. Liberal, they say that all this while they are being suppressed. Women, the gender of woman has been suppressed by the male. So female is being oppressed by the males for millennials. So from the moment they were created until today, feminists is saying that we need to be liberalized. We need to be liberalized to be removed from the chains that the chains. Chains. They will put into chains restriction. You cannot do a lot of things, things that being looked down, and all the things that is happening to the feminists is basically by virtue of the law. Okay, so the law play a very major role into suppressing the gender, yeah, female gender. That is what liberals are saying. So they want it to be changed. They want ability for them to uh, be at par with the male. Yeah? Such, for example, apa orang panggil ni? The ability to vote, the ability to educate. For you guys, for the ladies that is in the class, obviously you have no problem because you are there, you are here, studying law, studying in a university is because the fight that has been put up by the feminist group, yeah, by the liberals, feminism. Otherwise, you would be staying in the house doing house chores, you know, uh, very difficult, especially when it comes to the mentality that we have in Islam. Not about Islam, but the mentality of those people who believe in Islam that is wrong. Yeah, the rights that is not given to the woman, just because the Al-Quran has already stated that somehow or other female is inferior as compared to male. Yeah. So if the Western world did not recognize that women can vote, women last time meaning maybe about 600 years ago, yeah, 700 years ago, or 1,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago, they are just like a set. Yeah, they are just like tools for sexual pleasures. That's it. Okay, they are to be used, and they have nothing. Yeah, they don't have a status, even to the status of a human being. They are just creation that is for pleasure. That's it. Yeah, it goes to the extent. Yeah. So because of the movement, the mentality, the awareness of the society, the fight that they go through in order for women to be able to have the same equality, yeah, in same treatment. If you look at the words that is being used in law, the word he represent what do you call it, uh, discrimination, yeah, discrimination of the woman, because the words he, if you look at penal code, how a person being raped, she has to go through a certain process that is degrading. Sometimes they were treated and saying that, oh, you are the one who instigate people to have sex with you or rape you. People will have that mentality that women are at fault. Yeah, this is something that is in our society, and in our society, why we are having that kind of behavior or thinking, because the implication of the law, but the law rule into making us understand that women are inferior. So that is the situation that liberals are saying. Okay, Dan, liberal, do you have any questions that you want to ask? Boleh? Clear? All right. So that is enough for you to be able to use in order for you to start off your materials. Next is the cultural feminism. Cultural feminism, another group, yeah. That is, the first one is liberal. The second, as the time progress, they branch out. Yeah, they branch out into cultural feminism. This group is saying that uh, actually we don't need the equality. Yes, if you give us the equality, thank you. We appreciate that, but please understand the differences between us and you guys, between male and female. If you look at the gender, obviously we have to realize that there is two gender, male and female. And because of the differences of these two gender, there are things that is good for each one of the gender. Okay, you have to appreciate us, the woman, female gender is saying that, the cultural feminist is saying that, please look at us in a way that you are to appreciate the qualities that we have. What are the qualities that we have? We are those people who are able to handle situation. We are pacifiers as compared to you guys, where male, they just want to settle things quickly, in a way is sometimes irrational, sometimes in what they call it, in haste, yeah, or in animosity, yeah. So you tend to be in a mode of opposition, yeah. It's a fight, you know. Male, when they go into quarrel, the thing that they wanted to do is show of power, show of manhood. But when it comes to women, they, when they face these difficulties, because they are in the nature of such, because women, they somehow they were born uh, able to handle situation better, and able to handle stress better, able to handle pressure better, because they are uh, you know, childbearing punya they have that childbearing punya situation, or body, yeah. So you go through menses every month, you know. I myself, I cannot stand you know, myself bleeding, but you guys, you girls, have to go through every month, which is a pity. But that situation that you have to go through is the one that builds your character, you know. You are able to accept the situation, you are more, you are more able to, because being mothers, you handle things better as compared to men. Okay, so cultural is saying that, look, we are much better in terms of certain situation, and please accept us as that, you know. Make use of us in terms of the qualities that we have, the better qualities that we have. That is what cultural is trying to say. Any questions so far? Ada dah? Right, tak ada. Right, radical, they are very nasty people. Bukan nasty people. They are very engaging, in terms of when it comes to inequality between male and female. Because the radical says that it is the everything that happens to us is because of the male. Yeah, it is not because of the situation. Because liberal are saying that look at the situation. The situation nowadays is whereby we are different from the male. That is liberal. We want things to be changed. We want us to be able to, you know, do things. And if you say you have the right to certain things, we also want to have the same thing. If you want to be a pilot, if you want to be army soldier, we also are able to do that. But when it comes to radical, everything is being blamed to the male. Yeah, it is not about blaming the situation. It is blaming the male. Male are the one that is the causing of all these inequalities. So they are fighting the elimination of these inequalities, yeah, by attacking mode, yeah. So liberal, they bukan attacking mode, they more on, look, let's be realistic. But when it comes to radical, they are attacking everything that is happening in this world with relation to what female is going through is because of the male, yeah. One example, if you look at adat pepatih, right? Adat pepatih, we might be saying as a cultural in terms of acceptance, that we are the one that is able to do things better. We are able to maintain property better, yeah, as compared to the male, because feminism is saying that males are not the one that is able to bring proper outcome to something that they wanted in terms of justice, in terms of fairness, in terms of equality. If you leave it to the male, habis, yeah, nothing could happen. So coming back to radical, uh, if radical they say pada muka lah, that is the way that it should be. Kalau kita tengok adat berpatih, because the female is superior, in a way they are superior because they are able to have whole of the property. Inheritance of property is based on female rather than male. So the radical would say pada muka lah, this is because you fail to do your job, to take care of us. Now we want to take care of ourselves, and the way we do it, we do it in terms of the law. Yeah, we create laws where you are going to left out. Yeah, so it is a adversary punya mode. It is a attacking punya mode. So the radical feminism is on that mode. So postmodern dia attacking juga, tapi dia attacking in terms of not towards the male, but towards the language that we use, in terms of the word male and female. So they don't like that. All this problem that we face, gender inequality in our world, is because the words, the language that we use, the words in particular. So they postmodern, they say that everything is because the words macam mana ni? Words whereby the word male and female, okay, so the usage of male and female is the one that is causing the whole problem in the first place. Kalau kita tengok bilik air, so ada bilik air gambar laki, gambar perempuan, so that is the one that they are attacking. The symbols that we use, the language, the words, the words that we use, those are the one that is the cause. Kalau kita tengok the law, the word he should not be used at all, because the word he denotes male. Okay, so what any person, it should be replaced with any person. Okay, so that is the postmodern punya approach. So the approach of each one of them is slightly different, but basically all of them saying that we want justice. All the thing that is happening to female is because of the inequalities that exist in our society, irrespective whether from the cultural, from the society behavior, the standard of the society morality, standard of from the religious perspective. This group of feminists, actually they are lacking in terms of religion, because they say religion is the one that contributes to the inequalities that exist in the society. Kalau kita tengok dekat for those who are familiar with Christianity, you see the unfairness of situation. Kalau kita tengok situation of Jesus, Nabi Isa, when he was presented with a woman who commit adultery, they wanted Nabi Isa to pass judgment, to say to them they are able to stone her to death. Okay, so that is the Jewish punya perspective or punishment. The irony of the situation is that where's the male? If you commit adultery, why you have to only punish the woman? Where is the male who commit the adultery? So that is unfairness when it comes to religious approach, because those who bring the woman for Nabi Isa, for Jesus to punish, are those religious people. Okay, they are not normal people. So the same thing with Islamic approach that we can see the implementation of Islamic understanding that women are inferior, you are not supposed to do certain things, you know. That is what they say because of religion is causing the inequalities that happens in our society. Okay, boleh. So two approach. One is generalized in terms of feminists in total. They are not happy with the situation of unfairness between male and female. But the approach to eliminate the differences or inequalities is different. We have liberal, we have cultural, cultural, and radical and postmodern. Okay, boleh half an hour dah. Any question?
So, nampak macam contradictory kadang-kadang dia punya struggles.
Contradict macam mana tu, Naim?
Satu cakap macam liberal dengan cultural kan, so is that dengan radical pun macam ada contradiction. Macam
memang tidak, satu tu different.
So dia macam satu movement yang banyak movement tapi go against each other.
Yes. You might be right in that sense lah. But generally, if you are talking about feminist movement, they want a change. Okay, feminism is about change. They wanted to have change. How they wanted that change to comes about is different. Yeah, and I have to agree with you lah. In that sense, they are different. But in general, they want things to change. Yeah, if you want to understand, feminism is about change. Inequalities of the inequalities that happen in our society has to be changed. To put in just one word, in one sentence, one word. Okay. Yes.
Kan sekarang pun banyak trans women kan. And then saya ada
Buat sikit ni. Tak dengar.
Hello.
Okay.
Ada trans women yang masuk macam pertandingan sukan.
Okay.
Dalam apa tu? Orang panggil perempuan punya.
Perempuan
tapi dia menang first place. And then ada trans women yang menang Women of the Year padahal dia jadi perempuan pun tak sampai setahun.
Oh, dia gender kan? Okay. Itu sorry. Yeah, macam
affect women tu punya, women yang memang dah original women, affect diorang punya rights. Bagi pendapat saya lah, sebab diorang yang asalnya lelaki tiba-tiba masuk dalam kelompok wanita ni and then memonopoli apa yang asalnya women's right. Macam tu lah.
So that is the one that I am saya tidak ada. Sorry, I ada remove. Okay. Okay, now coming back, Dini kata memanglah betul lah, because orang yang they change their gender from male to female, right? I have a friend of mine which I rasa dia dah duduk kat US lah. I lost contact, but he used to be my close friend tapi dia dah ubah gender. It's not fair lah. Kalau feminis, they say yang mana yang you rasa impact? Would see it as look, this is the reality. Okay, cultural akan attack and saying that no, you are not a woman. You just physically have changed your body parts. Yeah, your parts you change to female. Therefore, you are not actually by nature a woman. Yeah, a woman by nature is very feminine, able to handle stress better as compared to men. So kalau you masuk pertandingan sports, then you are not going to be at fair level. at fair level. For those yang transgender, the one that is changing their sexual parts, they would see towards the postmodern, because postmodern is they don't want the word male and female to be existing in our society anymore. From the vocabulary, the word female and male to be totally removed. When we totally remove them, then kita tak adalah apa orang kata, sports untuk perempuan, sport untuk lelaki. Kita mix, it is about the one that is able to do whatever things that you want to do. Kalau dalam sport, you have a mixture of male and female punya team, you don't look at the nature of the physical makeup of a person. You don't look at yang ni ada genital lain as compared. Bila you tengok genital, then the whole problem start in. For example, anak perempuan dia, anak perempuan, baby perempuan, all the presents semua dapat yang perempuan kan. Meaning patung, meaning cooking accessories, playthings. Kalau men, terus bagi machine gun, pistol, Batman and things like that. So it is indoctrinate in terms of the language that we use. So the law have to come in to remove the words itself, because we have to re-educate the society. Boleh dia ni? Memanglah tak ada keadilan dekat situ, but that is the movement in saying that you have to recognize. It opens up a lot of other issues also. But we have to remember the injusticeness that happens to women is real. Okay, macam you habis kahwin, and then most likely husband kata duduk rumah bila you ada anak, all the things that you have done, the learning curve, everything. My student ramai yang mana yang dah jadi housewife, they contacted and saying that they are taking care of their children rather than working. Boleh Dini? Any feedback from you?
Boleh.
Tak, I rasa macam you tak happy je. Boleh rasa?
Sebab entah, macam saya kan selalu online dengan internet friends semua. So macam ramailah yang trans juga. So macam entahlah. Diorang melepaskan diorang punya stres sebab diorang tak diterima either golongan lelaki, and diorang dekat golongan perempuan pun diorang tak diterima juga. So macam at the same time saya rasa kesian, tapi macam kalau saya sebagai perempuan pun saya tak selesa kalau diorang masuk tandas perempuan juga. Macam itulah.
Itulah yang postmodern wants the things to happen, whereby kita remove the word the gender. The word gender kena buang, the word male kena buang, female kena buang, he or she kena buang from the language itself. So bila kita ada she, he, itu semuanya buat jadi isu yang macam you katalah, kalau you change gender, we are not judgmental. Siapa yang nak change, lantaklah. When you change from male to female, female to male, this is where you are being caught, being in the middle. So remove all this, so tak ada issue lah. This is from the perspective of postmodern lah. So kalau macam tu, it is better on postmodern punya approach rather than kalau liberalism, because liberalism, feminism, they just want to liberate the word female. So jadi macam tak fair lah bila those people yang male converted into female and then masuk dalam sport, obviously dia akan menang. What happened to all the females yang pure, they also want to menang, right? So macam mana? Then it becomes an issue that you have to resolve.
For me, I don't agree with postmodern feminism.
You macam mana?
saya tak agree dengan postmodern feminism.
Oh, tapi I am stating those groups of people or group of movement in order for you to be aware of the movement. Yeah, whenever you go up or go out later on, you have to be aware of all this and the nature of how the thing is to be handled with respect of the law is different from each group. So kalau you ambil cultural, then the promotion of the law towards recognizing the advantages that female is having. So promotion of the law is more towards the female, towards leadership. Leadership kalau lelaki, kalau you tengok Trump, dia main attacking mode. Sanction here, sanction there, attacking here, attacking there. It does not resolve problem. Okay, you think that when you attack the other person, relax, female, no. China, anti-China, and those things. It does not bring benefit to the whole the world community because you attack in terms of tariff, China pun akan attack in terms of tariff. Both can play the same game. But if you were to have women, they try to find out ways, tactical, delicate issues can be resolved by virtue of peace, in terms of peace. Anis ada cakap ni dia, in my opinion, today's society that we feminists seek more is it gender equality or gender justice? Gender equality is about justice, obviously, right? So just, fair and reasonable. Equality is basically about justice lah kan? So do you think so? What do you think, Anis? The way I see it as a gender is gender justice ni is you kata entahlah. Gender justice is to be able to recognize more or towards the postmodern, then gender justice tak boleh juga. They don't like justice gender word. It is more towards radical and liberal. Gender equality is more towards liberal. Gender justice is overall. Gender justice overall maksudnya combination of liberal, cultural dengan radical. So they are talking about gender justice because they recognize the gender. Postmodern doesn't want to recognize the gender. Anis, betul is not necessarily equal. You don't have to be equal in order for you to be fair. So kalau kita ada equity dengan equality, so it is more about equity kalau kita tengok cultural. Yes, Naim.
Oh, sorry sir. Didn't mean to interrupt sir.
No, it's okay. It is the session for you to talk. So is for me to be frustrated if you're not talking.
Macam postmodern feminism seeks to abolish gender roles ataupun gender in particular. Then
the word gender tu you remove.
Then how do we? What is the fight? Macam
the fight is to be able to remove all inequalities lah. Because once you recognize a person as a he, then definitely dia akan pegang role as a he. And the law that support the he is going to be implemented.
Okay, faham sir.
Kan? Because benda ni berat tau. Benda ni is foundation. The foundation that we have in our society is wrong. When we recognize different language for different gender, a different word. So remove. Once you remove, in the next 100 years, maybe we might be something that is different. That is what.
macam my concern is that macam how do you understand the struggle? Is it a women focused problem? Are we trying to solve the problem of problems faced by women? Ataupun is it something that is totally different? Sebab macam postmodernism ni, they don't particularly forward ideas of the struggle of women. Macam the men have this, the women do not have this, so we pursue this. Tapi macam postmodern ni tak ada macam tu. So what is their struggle?
The struggle is, going to the roots of the problem. Okay, so they are saying that the injustice or the inequality with the male and female struggle, right? In this case, bila you ada feminism, and then the male pun akan come up with their own struggle. They say we are not allowed to cry, we are not allowed to portray our inner feeling that we have, we are victimized. Male also is now we have male movement. So this is the result of us recognizing the words that we use in our languages. So every language in the world recognize the differences between male and female. That is the main cause. And if we were to remove that, eventually there is not going to be what they call it, injusticeness, the inequalityness of the situation.
So the hypothesis is that if tak ada gender, then there is no discrimination based on gender.
Yes, yeah, you are right there. You use that hypothesis lah, whereby kalau tak ada gender, then therefore no gender. Kalau you can type in as no gender equals to no injustice.
Tapi bukan manusia memang akan hate on something ke sir?
We are here discussing because the roots, we are just carrying on what is being applied, what is being taught to us. You and I our thinking is because of the education or the indoctrination of the society towards us. By virtue of the language, by virtue of tradition, by virtue of culture, by virtue of religion, that is what they are trying to say. It is all because we are just continuing the suppression, continuing the injusticeness that is occurring in our society. If you don't face it, then obviously you would say, ya lah petty lah benda ni, benda isu sikit pun ada. No, for those people, say for example in the 18th centuries, they are fighting to have recognition from not being accepted as just mere they are animals. Before this, women are just animals. Can you imagine? They do not have that. They don't have any rights to property. They don't have any rights at all. Period. Can you imagine that? We take for granted of the things that we have is because of the fight of those people trying to make sure that equality is there. So yeah, okay, fine. You have got whatever you want. Yeah, the male might say that, but things still persist. It's not about fighting. It is about why the injustice occurs in the first place. Because the words that we use, the language that we adopt. The whole thing start with that is postmodern lah. Kalau you nak understand. So cultural memang semua senang lah. I mean everyone knows that what is cultural kan. Simple. Liberal pun simple. Kalau macam tu, if a judge is a postmodern feminist, the judge will try not to consider the nature of woman and say yes. Betul. If you are a postmodern feminist judge, then obviously you are going to not look at the male and female punya nature. So tak kisah sama ada you lelaki ke perempuan, you buat salah ke tak. in a way, as a judge, you tak boleh tengok gender. If you put gender as a factor into decision, then you are not going to be fair because you dah gender bias. So kalau perempuan nak bagi punishment gantung, tak boleh lah, perempuan kesian ke dia kan, you know. The moment you have that, then you are biased already. You are not a good judge. We are looking at the act, the things that has been done by the perpetrator ataupun the criminals. Okay, so we are looking at that. Dia bunuh ke tak? Kalau dia bunuh, irrespective whether dia lelaki ke, perempuan ke, transgender ke, you know, child ke, kalau nak kira to the extent ya, child can also kill. Tapi kalau dia ada mentality of an adult, so you have to treat that person as an adult. Even though by age dia dah memang you know, a child, by classification as a child. There are cases that if you look at penal code ataupun nature of criminal laws, they are approach of that nature by the courts. So the judge will consider, despite of gender, a person should act in a certain ways. That is Anis. You as a judge later on, you cannot have the gender, but on certain issues, say for example equality between the male and female, you have to recognize the differences. Say for example husband, a child, what do you call it, child care, so child care. So which one that you will give more? Kalau you tak tengok gender, then you would say siapa yang ada duit bagi kat dia. Tapi if you look at the gender in terms of cultural, you know that a mother is able to take care of the child better than the father, unless and until you can prove otherwise lah kan. By default, you know that female is much more better in child caring as compared to male. So your role as a judge changes. So you because you have done jurisprudence, you should be able to understand the whole situation, even though you are not a victim yourself of the element, but you are aware of the situation. You are aware of the nature of a feminist group. You are aware of the injustice of the society, and you are aware of the application of the law. Application of the law that has been applied for thousands of years, and contribution of the law towards inequality that happens between gender and the suppression of female. Okay, Syamil kata, can we say the law of maternity leave is basically example of cultural feminism? Yeah, you can say that. Because you have to recognize the one that is going to take care of a child better. Obviously, takkan. I have a colleague of mine. Can you imagine? Dia duduk dekat kami kerja dulu dekat UiTM Seremban, for a number of years. This so-called colleague of ours, dia ada anak, husband dia dekat Lumut, Army, anak dia dekat mak dia dekat Penang. You know what happened? Dia malam-malam siang hari dia perah susu dia, masukkan dalam peti ais, and then malam tu pass to driver bus express untuk sampai di Penang the next day, for the her mother to go to the bus and collect for the child. Can you imagine? Okay, when it comes to childbearing, siapa yang nak jaga? Yang lelaki dia bawa keluar anak je lah. Nak harap jaga tu minta maaf lah kan. That is our nature. As male, kita suka main baby, tapi but taking care of the baby, obviously you tengoklah your parents, siapa yang play a major role in childbearing, and the mother or the father. The father is duduk kerja, tetapi but the extra pressure is being put to the mother because culturally that is the nature of our society. The society expect women have to play more role into providing the food, cooking and taking care of the children affairs as compared to the male. Duduk kerja. Okay, I don't know. You have to do your investigation and check it out. Okay, now before we do this feminism thing, you might not be aware, or you might be aware, but this is the opportunity for you to be able to see things differently. Okay, guys, that is the take that I want you to have, to be able to see things differently. Yeah, since we are doing this, I want you to open up your eyes, look at things that are differently from the perspective of inequalities that happens in our society. We cannot be taking things as status quo. It is what it is, you know. You nak ambil approach of positivism in saying that sorry, the law is just like that, we cannot move it, we cannot change. No, if you look at feminist argument, they are right, you know, they are right in terms of the inequalities that happens towards them. So it is high time for us to change the law in order for the law to be able to give some kind of justice. It takes a progressive move. And if you are going to be those people who are in power, then therefore your role towards the removing the inequalities between gender is very important, because you are going to be there. You are going to be somewhere that is important. You are holding power. I'm sure of it. Yeah, either way, some of you, maybe one of you, end up as the Prime Minister of Malaysia, because people who learn law are going to be in power. So whether you are going to abuse your power or you utilize the power that you have in order to remove any inequalities that we can see in the society. In this situation is towards gender.
Right. Sir,
yeah, Azia.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think, do you still remember Nur Fadila case
Mm-hmm.
about
No.
the practical teacher who was terminated once she get pregnant, kan? So itu macam contoh of liberal punya ni ke?
Yes, liberal. Liberal pun boleh pakai. Kalau you nak pakai radical pun, dia tengoklah. Radical kalau tengok, dia kata tengok lah. This is what it is. This is how we are being treated as female. This is a classic example whereby when we are pregnant, we are removed from our ability to find food, to be able to find sustenance. Because how can you just kata perempuan kalau dia beranak kita buang? Kalau dia tak, kalau dia bercerai macam mana? Who is going to take care of her? She has to survive. Unless and until you have a system of the government having a system to take care of all those people yang tak kerja, like those European countries or America, then maybe it is a way for her to like, okay lah, take care of the child, and then after the child dah okay sikit, she get someone to take care of the child, and then go back to work. I mean, this is the thing that is happening in our society. Tak aci lah. I mean, just because that person is a she, then you tak nak terima dia. Okay, selalu dalam interview, kami waktu kami buat interview, kami ambil lelaki, because yang masuk semua perempuan. For those yang lelaki masuk, dia akan jadi advantageous. So advantageous for that guy to be taken, because kita tak nak perempuan semua, because you know very well what happen kalau dia beranak, dia akan dapat cuti banyak. So kita nak jalankan lecturing macam mana, you know, those are the things that have factors that has to be taken in. Mana? Azia, boleh?
Yes.
Jadi macam benda tu is real. Ya. Kalau radical memang dia attack kan, dia attacking mode. Dia kata tengoklah, this is the classic example. Ya, that we are victimized. Kalau postmodern akan attack, kata tengok, it's all started with the recognition of male and female punya word. Kalau liberal dia kata mana boleh, you know, you bagi times untuk nak you kena recognize, kalau culture lah, you kena recognize that our differences is that we childbearing is better for the mom. Kalau liberal dia kata no, Kalau ada hak untuk nak kerja, I kena ada hak untuk nak kerja. So looking at one issue slightly different from each perspective.
Okay. Alright. Thank you.
Alright. So I know that you have another class next after this. So please go through the material. Hampa ni satu lah. Go through that material, and once you are able to equip yourself with the sufficient knowledge for discussion, then ask a question. Yeah. Right. So I think we have to end because another group coming in. By all means, you can contact me through WhatsApp ke, phone ke nak tanya things like that about clarification. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for coming, guys. Take care. See you dalam lecture nanti ya.
Thank you, sir.
Ada problem next week.
Thank you, sir.
Next week kan cuti. Lagi satu kita hari Jumaat punya session. Kita kena buat ganti lah. Kita tak mampus.
Oh ya kan, Christmas.
Kan? Kita 2 kali tau hilang hari Jumaat lecture. Alright. So see you guys hari Jumaat ni insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sir, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Recording nanti I pass in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Natasha, Atira, Adriana, can you leave? Atira, last.